of the city's rich musical heritage, the Cincinnati May Festival. Traditionally, scenes from an opera are included in the Beach Ball musical celebration, and in May 1964, the concert version of Carmen is being performed. Augusta is in the cast, singing the supporting role of Preston. The tenor who is performing is world famous, though not very well liked by his colleagues. But nobody expects what happens during the performance.
From her seat on the stage of Cincinnati's magnificent music hall, Augusta could see the standing room only crowd of well over 3,000 people, eyes riveted on the performers. She could sense the hushed anticipation as the second night audience waited for the climactic final scene of Bizet's Carmen. She had joined the other cast members seated in the front of the orchestra on the darkened stage. The instrumentalists' stand lights and the lamp on the conductor's podium glowed dimly, almost eerily. Downstage, the mezzo-soprano playing Carmen stood alone in a strongly lighted area awaiting her fate, foretold earlier in the opera. Her jilted lover, Don Jose, would end her life. Agitated music swirled from the orchestra. Augusta watched Carmen breathe deeply and tip her chin up, steeling herself for what she knew was coming. She glanced to the mezzo's right as the tenor, playing the role of Don Jose, prepared to join Carmen for the scene. He removed his formal coat, vest, and white tie, opening the shirt at the neck as had been rehearsed. Augusta looked closer, shocked to see broad splotches of perspiration on his shirt. Around the neck and under the arms, his face, which appeared almost ghostly in the pale light, glistened with rivulets of sweat. His features were twisted with an ugly grimace, deep lines creasing his forehead and cheeks. She watched in growing dismay as he struggled for breath, his chest heaving. Something is very wrong. Augusta's own breathing became erratic as she clutched the arm of the singer seated to her right. Without needing to look, she sensed a rustling among the chorus members seated on the risers behind the orchestra. The singer on her left leaned forward and murmured something Augusta could not make out. In the brightly lit performance area, Carmen faced Don Jose as she sang in French in her rich, full voice, "C'est toi." It's you. The tenor moved as if preparing to step into the light to sing, but he never uttered a sound. Instead, he inhaled sharply, clutching at his throat and chest, stumbling when he tried to move forward. Choking, he pitched full length onto the stage, face first, where he lay twitching. Augusta gasped involuntarily. Waves of horrified disbelief ran through the entire audience, orchestra, and company of performers. Backstage, someone had the presence of mind to swiftly pull the house curtains closed. The rich crimson fabric came together with an audible swish, continuing to swing morbidly, back and forth for a moment, before finally coming to a dead, still stop.